Ndala, 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 ndala. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know for you, my beloved, sometimes your heart may feel heavy. Sometimes you may feel overwhelmed by anger in the face of injustice, in the face of cowardice, in the face of challenges, and sometimes just because you lack motivation. What Maat teaches us and requires of us, for those of us on this path, is to relate to others in peace. We may all feel some internal turmoil. We may all feel some kind of way, as some will put it. But in no way, shape, or circumstances should our internal turmoil be spread, be used to infect and inflict others. So for those of us on this path, it is a matter of dealing with our internal self, of mending with what is troubling us within, so that our without can be a reflection of that inner work. Relating to others in peace does not mean you become a doormat or that you become complacent to injustices, to the mistreatment of others. But it does require that you afford the benefit of the doubt to those who have not wronged you, who have not wish harm upon you, who have not caused you harm. And this is not an easy thing to do, especially when your emotions are all over the place, when your mind is running faster than your own thoughts, when things are being projected onto you, and of course when others have expectation from you that may be higher than what you think you may be able to achieve. Maat comes to play to remind you that you do have the inner strength to find peace within yourself so that you can relate to others in peace as well, with peace as well. And I have to repeat and underline that this is a call for those of us who are on this path. It's not a call to everyone. It may not be a call to the warriors, those among ourselves that are inclined on the path of diligence, of enforcement, of rules, of protection of the weaker, and who have to act in a different kind of way. And even for the warriors, the sweet sound of Maat, the wonders and the whispers in its ear, in its time of rest, in its time of delight and pleasure, is also a reminder of the softness and the call for even the warrior to relate to his family, to his community, to his nation in peace, with the same inner peace that is within himself. So, no matter what your path is, if you have been led to this video, to this message, it is that the inner work is calling you. For some of you, it may be healing work in terms of mending some of the wounds you have acquired that are still so present internally. For others, it is increasing your ability to be able to relate to others, to be able to listen to others without meddling in your own feelings and your own perspectives. For others, it may also be a call to finally put your sword down, to finally give up being angry all the time and accept that even you need to rest. Even you need to be at peace sometimes. So for those of you who feel called, for those of you who know you have this call within to work on yourself, to work on yourself and to improve your perceptions and change the way you act, change the way you think, and be better. What is asked of you is not some unattainable objective. What is asked of you is not to be a hero for everyone else. What is asked of you is that you dare to do your best in every single situation given to you, starting with this inner work, so that you may reflect the same peace you have within, without, as you relate to others, whether they are others of your choosing, like your relationships, your love interest, your friends, your co-workers, or those that may come and cross your path from a piece of destiny or synchronicity, your family, your community, your culture, your nation, strangers, just other human beings. The call here is for you to face your inner insecurities, to accept the things that have happened and be in peace with where you are now, knowing that you have the capacity and the ability to move forward. Now, relating to others in peace requires you to provide the same compassion that is provided to you, to watch yourself and to observe yourself, to know when you fail to give the benefits of the doubt, when you let the emotion caused by situations and experiences that have nothing to do with the person speaking to you rile you up. It is a process that takes time. It is going to be challenging for you, especially for some of you. Just hearing this message may challenge you. For others, applying this concept, this principle towards certain people may be extremely challenging. But the task is here. You know what you have to do. Those of you will know if this is a path that is calling upon you. Relating to others in peace does not mean we turn the cheek when we are being assaulted. But it does not mean either that we allow ourselves to yell at somebody who wishes us well, who welcomes us to their home, or who offer us the best that they have to give. This is something that has to be applied in your daily life, in your daily interactions, if you feel guided to do so, if you feel called to be on this path and to lead the way for others to follow. As it may be challenging, you may have to review the ways you've been acting in the past. You may have to assess how you've interacted with others and allow yourself to see when you've been unfair to those you've been unfair to, and to correct those mishaps if you can. To move forward, we have to accept and assume the responsibility of what was, or a portion of a part, the role that we played, the harm that we caused, and to amend that. Of course, if we can't correct what we've done in the past, we can certainly aspire and do better in the future. This particular principle speaks to the future. It speaks to relating to others in peace. It speaks to taking the time to ensure that we cultivate that willingness within ourselves. I can hear some of you feel already very heavy. Your heart may be heated. You may feel some kind of way because of somebody who did something to you, because of some circumstances you've been through, because of situations you witnessed. But this principle is not about that. This principle is about you focusing on what you've achieved despite all of the circumstances. It's asking you to focus on the love you had and the joy and the hope for the future you had before you felt like it had been taken from you. Like before you felt like you were powerless. The hope, the aspiration, and the endless love you felt as a child, or in the arms of a particular person, or looking at the moon or nature. It is asking you to focus on those things and the experiences that you can look at with gratitude, with immense sense of gratitude to be living here and now, and to look at the other not as your enemy, not as a separate portion of you, but as an extension of yourself. And as you do so, you will see that the path to relating to others in peace will be made much more easier, much more smoother. The bridge could be giving others the benefits of the doubt as a bridge initially to further get to the point where we don't just give them the benefits of the doubt, we welcome them without the fear that they will betray us, without the expectation that they are supposed to talk to us or do for us things or anything a specific way. Maat is not for the faint of heart. Maat is not for everyone. And for those of us who are on this path, who chose this path and who persevere on this path, we know that the reward is not what you get after you've done something. The reward is receive as you do it. The gratification, the satisfaction, and the wisdom is blessed upon you as you apply the principle, as you learn and as you grow. May your path with Maat be one of growth, not one that brings you comfort in the place that you are now, but one that challenges you, one that motivates you, one that awakens you to be better, to be greater, to love better, to love more, to love truthfully, to love limitlessly, to love like you've never loved before. Yourself first and others. For relating in peace requires you to cultivate within yourself this love first, so that you may be able to share it with others.